The other super interesting thing that it does, folks, that I don't see in cannabis, but I've experienced this in ketamine as well as psilocybin. So I think it could be something that happens in in the more classic tryptamine world, where an experience, a body part can come up, and it fully feels like you're re-experiencing the world as an infant, right? So there was a part in that session that I'm describing where I could feel my arm, and so just my arm, right? Not the rest of me, but just my arm completely felt like an infant arm, right? And I've seen that with other people. So there's a way in which I think ketamine can take that regression back more thoroughly than what I've seen with cannabis, right? And I love it. I think it's such a beautiful way that it can go back into that regression, and then then whatever task that body part has to do, like the task of moving into contact, the task of touching a parent's hand or something like that, or defending, right? It's not an adult that's doing it. It's like it's an infant that's doing it, right? And I remember being in Amsterdam having a similar experience where, again, this was through psilocybin, but it felt like I was like looking at the practitioner that was working with me. I was looking at their thumb, and it felt like I was looking through the eyes of an infant, and it was the first time I'd seen my parents' thumb, right? Or the first time I was sort of making contact with it, and it was just as magical and fresh and in love with that experience that I imagine would have been the case if, like, you're brand new and you're so incredibly welcomed into the world, right? So I this is one of the reasons why I love ketamine. We can have that experience, and it feels like a complete redo of, like, the process, the medicine takes us back to places where we weren't well held or we weren't welcomed, and it can completely redo that experience for us, right?